Hey guys, T here. Today we're going to look at a piece of luggage that in all other aspects it works great except for this handle. It's pretty substantial. It's looks like some kind of aluminum or maybe plastic that looks like aluminum. And this is the problem, however. This bar won't go up and down, and it means you gotta stoop over to roll it, or hold it by the handle and still have this bar up. So we're gonna look in here and see if there isn't some way we can figure this out, because this top catch seems to be broken, or doesn't seem to be, it is broken. So here we go. So let's examine this this problem here. Give that a little light, and so this little button is busted in there somehow, and won't come up. Let's take it apart. Okay, let's see. Okay, so some kind of rods that seem to go down to a spring. I can feel the spring moving up and down. So let's get into here and see what else is inside. So I don't know if you can see, but right there's a Phillips screw right in the corner, and there must be one on the other end as well. Let's pull that out. This is busted, so there's no way we're going to glue that back together and make it work. So we're going to have to figure out something that we can build that that'll make this work. these rods slide in here. So when you push it down, let's do it with the other part. So when you push it down, the rod is locked in there. In that space, it can slide around a little bit, but it pushes it down, which releases a catch of some kind. Here's an idea that I had of how to construct this. It's simply a piece of channel. Here's this piece of channel. I'll show you a side view of it. It's like that, steel, and you bore 2 holes in it, and then you put a little wall in each side here so that you can make up this channel here, and that's what this is. However, what this means is you're also bending the end of the channel. So you got to bend, cut this like this, bend that piece up to close the ends, and then cut another piece to put in here and solder that on. A lot of stuff going on there. So I tried to look at a simple way of doing it. So if we have just a metal bar, just a solid metal bar, steel bar, and we drill 2 holes all the way through it, and then to make this channel, we drill 2 holes next to each other that connect partially through it. And then with a file or a chisel or something like that, we clean this up so that what we've got is a little channel here, and we haven't had to do a whole lot of metal working. We do have to add at the top. Actually, it's much bigger, isn't it? A button, but again, that could just be a flat piece of metal that we either screw on, or we can solder it. I'm not quite sure on this yet, but first we'll build this out of just a straight bar material, and I think that's the simplest way to go. I've got this steel bar, which we're going to create this button and this release out of the steel bar. And first thing we're going to do is paint it with some Dyphon. It's a layout material or layout fluid, and it allows you to draw on or scribe on a piece of metal, or actually anything else, I guess, that you want to do very fine or accurate markings. So you put this stuff on, and it dries pretty quickly. Let's be sure we put enough of it on. Yep. And so we want to find a center here, and I've got my little marking gauge here, and I've set it just close to where the center would be, and I'm going to put one mark on one side and one mark on the other side, and then we'll know that the center is in the middle of those marks. Okay, that's one side. That's the other side. So the center's right in the middle there. It keeps you from having to do a whole lot of absolute accurate marking or setting, shall we say, of your tool. You can work much faster, and it's just as accurate as it could be, because you know, you can hit that mark with a center punch pretty good. So, okay, that's marking. So we're going to put this in place. Okie dokie. That'll give me the center for the two holes. And I just want to mark the thickness or the width of the that handle. And this doesn't have to be too accurate, but just to keep in mind where that handle is. So I'm marking the holes where the holes are. Only we'll do it over here, and putting our punch right in between those two marks, and we're giving it a hit. In between the two marks, and a hit. And now for the handle, I'm going to want to drill some holes in there too. So I'm going to give a center punch for the handle, and that one's a little off. So we put our holes, our marks in there to drill the holes. Next we'll drill holes. We put our little piece of metal in the vise for a drill press, and we're going to put some penetrating oil on it. We're going to cover the lens. And we're going to put a little more on there. Okay, so we're through that one. We'll come over here to the other one. Okay, that's it for those big holes. We attached a smaller bit so that we can drill the 2 holes for the handle. Well, actually the screws in the handle. So there's another section here that we've got to cut a hole for or drill a hole for that'll go partially through, and that's to in case this area right here, which holds the little rod that goes up and pushes this pushes down on the rod, and that releases a spring. So you can see some abrasive area in there, right in here where that rod has pushed on this piece of plastic. So I was going to build a whole slot here. I don't think we need that at all. I think we just need another hole right here. So I'm going to line this up. And again, this doesn't have to be so accurate, but right there. And line it up. Line it up. Okay, so we're going to drill a hole here. We're going to drill a hole here. We don't want to go outside here, but we'd like a hole maybe that size. So let's go back to the drill press. So we want to drill a hole that's goes partially through here, but not all the way, so that it'll stop the rod and engage the spring. So we made that adjustment on the drill press. Already center punched it. So we just go partially through, but we'll go as far as our stop. Let's clean off some of this steel that's slinging around here. Okay, we've hit the bottom. Let's try it over here. Okay, that's it. So that's one of the holes that goes partially through. That's where the rod sticks in and activates the springs. Same thing over here. Okay, I think this will work. So we're going to cut this off, and then we're going to make this handle piece and drill holes in it and then thread it. Okay, now we're going to cut the piece out for the handle. If I can see it. Okay, this is what we got. We're gonna put this little handle on the top after we drill holes in it and thread it, and then we'll be pretty much good to go. Let's do a little cleanup on the metal. Get in the hole. I have some thermal too, looking like what the original looked like. Okay. We have our handle piece, and we're going to put that in our vise. We're theoretically right over the middle of the handle piece, and we're going to tighten them down. And here to drill a hole, and it's to be used with this tap, which will tap into the top handle piece to hold it to the trigger. So here goes. Okay, we're gonna, mostly we're gonna spray the camera. Well, I hope not. Anyway, we've got a little penetrating oil in there. We're putting our tap in. Let's see if we can get in there nice and straight. I don't want to go too far in there and break the tap off. I think that's as far as I'm going. These taps take special drill bit numbers, which I never have. And so I hold the tap up next to the drill bit and be sure the drill bit's a little bit smaller than the tap. And sometimes it can be okay, sometimes it is tight. This seems pretty tight, but maybe I can get through here. I just don't want to break that tap. That tap's made out of such extremely hard steel that it's real brittle, and to try to get it out after you've broken it is a real job. This screw fits in here. By golly, it does. It doesn't fit in there very far, but maybe that's enough. Well, let's try a test drive with these two screws for the handle and see if we can get them in there. So this side's down so that the two rods fit in here. Here's our handle. Let's see, is this the right way or is this the right way? Well, we're not sure, so we're just going to try it and see what happens. By golly, they screw in there. That's great news. I will cut these two screws down, and so they've hit flush, and so they're holding the handle on. And in the meantime, I'm going to put some marks on here and grind that handle down. Let's put a mark here and here so that we know what side that's on. Okay, seems to fit pretty flush Let's see what happens here. Will it fit in here? Seems to. Well, I think it fits in there. I might polish it. Okay, so there's our new piece. It's it's pretty heavy duty compared to the original, but if anything breaks, it won't be this. So it fits in here like this. Let's turn it around. Okay, fits in there like that. Looks very nice. Part of the reason I polished this is it's going to be out in the weather, so the steel could rust, but being polished, that'll help. However, I have one other trick, and that is we're going to wipe it down one more time with this lacquer thinner. Maybe it's just to clean any greasy stuff in it that it's got. We've got some of this gun blue. And that should turn it black. Let's see, does that turn it black? Turning part of it black. This will give it some protection from rust. Quite often you have to do this a few times. I would have thought that the polished part would have gotten a lot blacker a lot faster, but so far it's doing something. It's not as much as I want it to do. Well, let's put this new button in and see if it works. Here's the old one, made out of the finest plastic. And here's a new one, made out of the finest steel. So that looks pretty good. That looks good. Button move. Why won't that second one go down? Okay, that works. Let's see. Well, we need an adjustment here. Let's take it back out. So I took this apart. This one on this side was catching, or not catching exactly. It was not catching. It has this little indent. Not supposed to come out like that. What was happening was it was not, the handle was catching it right here to where it wasn't coming out all the way. So I marked the side of the handle that was the problem. I put this X on it, or this mark, and then I pulled it off to see what's the difference in what's going on here. And it looks like to me that this hole here, which is fine, works okay on the other side, and this hole here, which is the problem side, that this one is not drilled as deep as this one. So I need another little shot at the shop to drill this one a little deeper. And I think maybe that's going to change and fix the problem. So let's see. Okay, let's try this again with the new and improved holes. Okay, I'll put them in the holes. Okay. Get out. Well, it looks good from here, but I think we need one more test.
Hey, taxi.